Susan Ormiston. She has been to Afghanistan many times. You have certainly seen her reports, and she joins me now. Susan, I know you've spoken with a number of Afghans, some who have worked with us at CBC, some who've been interviewed for stories. What are they telling you now?
Well, there are some disturbing reports. One is, the Taliban a few days ago said that collaborators or people who work with international organizations would not be punished. There would not be, quote, knocks on their doors. But we're hearing actually the opposite. One person we spoke to who has worked with Canadian media and other international media, as well as NGOs, said the Taliban came to his apartment building 2 days ago, searched the building, took away 2 men, took away 2 Land Rovers in the parking lot. And he has subsequently moved with his family to another location in Kabul out of real fear for his safety. Now, another person we spoke to, an Afghan interpreter who managed to get out of the country over a week ago, but his family is still inside. And he's been talking to us daily, saying every day they go to the airport, seeing scenes like you're looking at right now, trying to get through to the entrance on the north gate. They have documents with them, but they are turned back. They're repelled sometimes by violence, said that the father was beaten by Taliban. And, we're seeing pictures like this where U.S. military firing into the air, trying to control crowds. The Taliban also doing similar things, fighting, whipping people. So the situation at the airport is chaotic. It's not only stranding people, but it's stranding transport trucks who are stuck in amongst those people trying to get in. There's a real sense that they don't know what's going to happen. How is this crowd at the airport, ever increasing, going to be handled with military guarding the entrance and Taliban guarding the checkpoints? So even those who do have papers that might want to get or might get on a plane to Canada, as the Department of Defense announced, it's unclear how they actually travel to the airport and get through. So a lot of unanswered questions for these people, very, very worried.
Susan, you've done so many stories on what Taliban rule meant for women. And we know about the before situation. You've been to Afghanistan, as I mentioned, looked at the transformative change in the nation when the Taliban were forced from power. So look ahead now. In these current circumstances, what might the future hold for Afghan women?
Problem is, we don't know. I've often said the morning after is when we really test the shift of power here. We're getting some signals. 2 of the most prominent female hosts, broadcasters in Kabul, were turned back from their workplaces earlier this week. They went to work. They were told things have changed. Go home. Not a good sign at all. I'm thinking about the people in Afghanistan. 3 out of 4 Afghans are under 25 years old. It's a young country, and many of those in the large urban centers have known only the life without the Taliban. So they've grown up in a society that's getting immense international aid, education, and they've become prominent in business, in government, in NGOs, women particularly. They are looking out at the scene developing around them with an enormous amount of fear. We're hearing that although there are shops open and people are moving around Kabul without a lot of difficulty, there are fewer women on the street, and that stores selling burqas, which is the most conservative clothing, mostly seen in the more conservative rural areas of Afghanistan. They're selling well, again, a disturbing sign. And what's troubling me as well, Suhana, is we don't have eyes on those other areas. We cannot get to Kandahar to see what has happened in that place where Canadians spent so much time defending the rights of women there. I've spoken to many women over the years whose daughters went to school there. I can only imagine now that they are inside, unsure of what the Taliban promises to rebrand itself actually mean.
We'll talk again. There will be many more stories. Thank you, Susan. CBC News senior correspondent Susan Ormiston in Toronto.